down to this, folks. A monumental game over in Group B with the champions Italy staring on the brink of elimination. Standing in the way, a victory for them. Croatia could see them leapfrog the champions into the last 16. We're going to get into it, all of it, next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video today. It's all about Italy. It's all about Croatia over in Group B, who, of course, will have the deciding factor, the X factor, and, of course, seal their spot in the last 16, of course. We'll get into it in a second. Big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, smash the old subscribe. Your one-stop shop for Euro 2024 is right here under One Ruski's previews, reviews, the lot. Of course, 50 likes if you can. We're trying to do some amazing stuff here on the channel. And of course, big shout out to the patrons. Of course, a win and you're in. That's right. We're building up for this one. Coming at you very soon. Italy against Croatia. But let's have a look at Italy then, shall we? They qualify as Group C runners-up. They've been on the ropes recently, haven't they? Of course, they are champions of the Euros right now, but haven't been at back-to-back World Cups. It's crazy. Qualified on 23rd of November 2023. They've been here 10 times in the past. And I've got Luciano Spalletti, the Starman manager there. I know, and I should change this. I know, I'm wrong. It's not Matteo Retegui. I thought he was going to blow out. I thought he was going to blow up this competition, but he's not even beginning to look in. So, yes, we'll ignore that. Ignore that. In fact, doctor, let me just no, you're Fanny. What you doing? It's the other one. That's it. Yeah. Cross that out. Yeah. All right, so that's, of course, the Starman, yet to be decided. Of course, they are in Group B, 2-1 to win the group at the start, 8-1 on to qualify, and 14-1 to lift the trophy. They're still in the mix and still well in this race, but 20-1 currently are the live odds. Prediction of quarterfinal was my expectation, but right now, again, I've been very underwhelmed, underperformed. They've been very boring, haven't they, Italy? They've just not done enough. But they do have a victory on the belt with a 2-1 win over Albania. Of course, the loss against Spain, be it 1-0, there could have been more, should have been more from Spain, which of course shows their weaknesses, or maybe shows their Spanish strengths. A draw should be enough, or will be enough, I think, for Italy to finish as a runners-up, to be fair. So they're not completely out of the woods, and they're definitely still in this competition, even though they look a little bit ropey. A defeat, though, to Croatia sees Croatia jumping ahead of Albania and Italy into that second spot, and maybe pushing Italy into that third place category, which, of course, they don't really want to be in. Take a look at the key men then. Donnarumma, captains aside, Bellanova, Mancini, Pellegrini, Castagna, Barella, Raspadori. I think we may need to see some new players coming in because Italy have been so boring. It's not what I was expecting from the Italians. I was expecting a better display, but they have had a stiff start to the tournament. Not the greatest with Albania. Of course, Spain were just something else. It all boils down. It was always going to come down to this game, and one a game it's going to be. This is my lineup: Donnarumma between 6, Damian, Lorenzo, Bastoni, DeMarco, Barella, Jorginho, Fratesi, Chiesa, Retegui, get him up there, Sakamanka up top. That's, of course, my lineup. Of course, it won't be anything like that, will it? What about Croatia then, shall we? Let's take a look at Croatia, qualified as Group D runners-up. They secured their spot on the 21st of November 2023. They've been here 6 times in the past. Zlato Dalic is the manager, with Mateo Kovacic, your star man. They are in Group B, where they had odds at 9-2 to win the group, 10-3 on to qualify, and 40-1 to win the whole thing. They currently have odds at 80-1. They're looking very much unlikely to be contenders. Last 16 was my expectation, and currently I'm trying to think how they're going to do this right now. They do have 1 point. A win would put them in the thick of things. A draw would only give them 2 points, and I don't see that being enough to get into the last 16, to be fair. So realistically, they've got to win this game. That will put them in the last 16, and then put Italy in that third place category with 3 points, which at the moment I don't think is going to be good enough at the time being. They did start with that 3-0 loss to Spain. They did draw, and albeit they could have won that game against Albania, but they threw it away at the death. It all comes down to this, which is difficult for Croatia to realise. Let's take a look at the key players then. Of course, Livakovic there. We got Gvardiol, Sotaldo, Juranovic, Lovren Major, Kovacic, Modric. Some key players in there. It really is. It's a good team. It is a good team, but I think, no disrespect, Modric, your pace, your energy is not there, and right now I think that's what they need. And sacrifices sometimes need to be made for the grand picture here. That's what I see. But regardless of all that, I've got him in my 11 here: Livakovic, Gvardiol, Erlic, Sotalo, Staljic, Perisic, Brozovic, Kovacic, Modric, Meyer, and Budimir. up top. But that's what I would go. But Modric is definitely looking very much I know he's integral. Of course, he can pick a pass out, and realistically, I think he still gets in a lot of these teams, but you've got to be prepared. You've got to be prepared to make those sacrifices, and this could be the game to make sacrifices. Anyways, take a look at the match itself. Coming out to the Leipzig Stadium, Croatia against Italy. Played each other 7 times since 1994, and get this, Italy yet to get a victory over Croatia. They have got 4 draws, and they have Croatia have picked up 3 victories in those 7 matches, but they're coming into this on back-to-back games without a win. 75% form for them at the moment over the last 6. Italy the same, 75% form for them over the last 6. The most recent match between these two sides was back in June 2015. It was a 1-1 draw, European qualifier way back in 2015. Of course, in fact, it's been 3 draws on the spin between these two sides, with the last victory coming in a 2-0 win for Croatia back in August 2006. Well, the public vote is coming at you shortly, but the bookies 11-5 is Croatia, 27-20 is your Italy, 11-5 is the draw. Now, this, of course, could be one of the tightest public votes going. Well, not so much, of course. As you can see it, Croatia at 29% for the victory, Italy at 55%, with the draw at 16%. Of course, it was always going to come down to games like this, fine margins between these heavyweights, and right now it's looking likely that one of these will join Albania and they exit heap. I cannot see a scenario where a team will qualify into the last 16 without 4 points. So the only scenario for any of these two sides to get 4 points is Italy win. That put them on second spot with 4 points. And Croatia will, of course, would just have the 1. So it is, it's going to be tough. It's sad for the tournament to see such a heavyweight bow out, whether it's Italy or Croatia. But basically, what I'm coming down to here is one of these two sides ain't making it. They're not going to make it. We're going to see a heartbreak. It could even be the champions, because don't rule out Croatia. They've scored goals. They've looked okay. They've had moments. But ultimately, they've got to be organised. They've got to get it right. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go with a thriller. 2-1 win. Italy nicks it. The champions squeak through to the last 16. And Croatia, unfortunately, will go home. That's right. They will go home. Goodness gracious me. At an early stage. So I cannot see both these nations making the last 16. If so, something weird's gone wrong down the back end of these groups. Until then, subscribe, smash the like. 2-1 win. Italy go through. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Probably you don't agree. But get 50 likes on the channel. I appreciate all the support as we look forward to the last 16, whether Italy or Croatia will be there. I'll be there. But until then, we are done.